Hello everybody, it's Paul again here with the Best Robotics and PAL Robot Inc. And today we're going to talk to you about the BOM. We talked about that a couple of times during these training videos, and we're going to go into a little bit more depth on what is a bill of material. Last video we talked about my cute little dry erase marker, so we're going to continue on that little theme here with a dry erase marker. So let me kind of zoom in a little bit on our list here. What we have is a list for a Expo dry erase marker as I know it. Actually, the detail could be a little bit more so, but for our purposes, this should be good. Slightly out of frame, but at the top, of course, we have the name, which is brown marker, comma, dry erase. And what we want to do is talk about what is a bill of material and what it's used for. So we've touched on it briefly, and here is just a short list. We have a tip. We need one each. Matter of fact, all of these items are basically one each, except for my ink that I put inside. I said that I used 0.001 grams, just so that we have something a little bit different. But we have tip, and then a part number. We have a body, which is the outside plastic piece. We have, notice I say cap, comma, brown. All right. So we have cap. So it's the first part is the least descriptive portion. Then we become more and more descriptive of each item. Ink for marking, ink, comma, body mark, brown. So when I say that, I say the ink that goes inside, that comes out of the tip, that is the marking ink, and then the body mark, which is brown, which happens to be the color of this Expo, is also another separate item. And then of course we have the cap on the end, which is the piece right here. It's always white. So this piece is universal. This piece, the body, is universal, and I'm betting the tip is universal, that it just gets stained whatever color is of the marking inside. So what's this used for? Well, it keeps track of cost. You have the different part numbers. The accounting group could use and say, the tip cost X amount from each vendor. Which vendor gives us the best price? What's the total cost? It also helps for the buyer, the person who actually ends up buying all of these pieces that go in a product. They all have to be purchased. So the bill of materials is extremely important. In your robot, we talked about using the C numbers and the R numbers. Of course, the C numbers are your consumables and the R numbers are the returnable items. Well, it's really, really handy because we have C, which means we can consume, we can change, we can modify. And if we use this sort of a method, it helps make sure that if you're one of those schools that has leftover parts, you may have several pieces of plywood. You may have more pipe or more screws than what you really should. And if you keep track of your inventory very, very specifically, when you go and get your robot and it goes through compliance, you can have a much better idea that your robot meets the requirements. So a bill of materials is simply a list of items, and we use a Kanban card, which is a a lean manufacturing term, and we're not going to get into the terminology of why and what it's for, but it's a mechanism to help keep track of inventory through your factory. And it's just it's a modern method of ordering, maintaining inventory on your factory floor. So I introduced the term, and we'll fill those out while we're doing our robot. And so that's a bill of materials. Just kind of give you a quick idea. While you're using your notebook, you want to write down items that you propose to use. Like if you're building the end effector, you want to write down, I'm going to use one of the servos, which is an R blank blank blank, and I'm going to need to use some of the aluminum, and that's C blank blank blank, and you know, so when you come back to actually have it built, you know what items you're wanting to use. And, you know, it's not some fictitious item that's not even in the kit. Just remember, bill of materials, keep your part numbers with your notebook, write them down, helps keep track of your inventory, cost, and the whole works. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and like me, and have a wonderful day.